Have you ever wondered why some relationships seem to transcend time, age, and the boundaries of what we think is normal? Why do so many women find themselves drawn to older men? And what does this choice reveal about the nature of love and human connection? In today's video, we're diving deep into the wisdom of Elysia, an extraordinary woman whose life is a treasure chest of stories and insights. Elysia's reflections will challenge everything you think you know about love, relationships, and what it truly means to connect with another soul. Through her tales, we'll explore the depth of experience, the beauty of patience, and the secrets that make some partnerships last a lifetime. Stay with us until the end because this video isn't just about answering a question. It's about uncovering timeless truths that can enrich your relationships, deepen your understanding of love, and inspire you to see beyond the surface. Whether you're young or old, single or committed, the lessons from Elysia's life will resonate deeply and leave you with wisdom you'll carry forever. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on today's topic. If you enjoy the content, please comment 1 below. If it doesn't resonate with you, leave a 0. Your feedback is crucial as it helps me create better videos that align with your interests. Now, let's get started. In a quiet, timeless village nestled in the heart of Emerald Hills, there lived a woman whose presence carried the grace of centuries. Her name was Elysia, and she was as much a part of the landscape as the ancient oak trees and the winding streams that carved their way through the valley. Her home was simple but inviting, adorned with the small treasures of a life well lived. Handcrafted pottery, books with worn spines, and plants that thrived under her nurturing care. The villagers revered her, not just for her age, but for the wisdom she had gathered through years that had seen love, loss, war, and peace. Elysia was known to be the keeper of stories, a woman whose words could soothe the most troubled hearts and illuminate even the darkest of paths. Her eyes, a mesmerizing blend of softness and strength, seemed to hold the reflections of all she had witnessed. To those who sought her counsel, she was not just an elder but a guide, a healer of spirits, and a source of profound understanding. One golden evening, as the day surrendered to the gentle embrace of twilight, a group of young people from a nearby village gathered at her door. They were drawn to her as moths are to a flame, eager to hear her insights about the mysteries of life and love. The sky blushed with shades of amber and rose, and the air was filled with a faint, earthy aroma of the coming night. Elysia welcomed them with a kind smile, her frail but steady hands motioning for them to sit beneath the wide canopy of a towering tree that had stood as a silent witness to countless gatherings like this one. As the group settled into the soft grass, their curiosity brimmed over into a single poignant question. Why is it that so many women prefer older men? Their voices carried a mix of innocence and yearning, as though they hoped her answer would unlock the secrets of their own hearts. Elysia chuckled softly, her laughter like the rustling of leaves in a gentle breeze. "Ah, my dear ones," she began, her voice a melody of wisdom and warmth. "This is a question as old as time itself. The answer, however, is not one of fleeting beauty or shallow attraction. It lies in the depths of the soul, where love is born and nurtured." She paused, her gaze sweeping over the eager faces before her, and began to explain. "You see, age brings with it something that cannot be hurried: experience. Older men often carry within them a profound understanding of life, an ability to see the world with clarity that comes from years of living through its many seasons. They have faced hardships, overcome failures, and cherished victories. These experiences temper them, making their love more steadfast and their presence more comforting." Her words wove a picture of wisdom earned through time. "When a woman chooses a partner," she continued, "she is not merely seeking a companion for laughter and light-hearted moments. She desires someone who can walk beside her through the storms, the winters, and the shadows. She yearns for a partner whose heart has been shaped by life's trials, and who can offer a sanctuary of understanding and unwavering support." The young listeners leaned closer, their breaths held in anticipation as Elysia shared a story from her past. It was about a young woman, full of dreams and vitality, who had fallen in love with a man whose hair was silvered by time. At first, Elysia said, Her friends did not understand her choice. They saw only the surface, the lines on his face, the years between them. But what they could not see was the depth of his soul, the quiet strength that made her feel safe and cherished. He listened to her dreams as though they were his own and stood by her with a patience and tenderness that was rare and precious. Her eyes glistened with emotion as she described the bond between the young dreamer and her seasoned partner. Their love was not the kind that burned brightly and faded quickly, she explained. It was a steady flame, warm and enduring, lighting the way through the darkest nights. They understood each other in ways that words could not express, and their connection transcended the fleeting allure of youth. Elysia turned her gaze to the group, her voice growing softer but no less powerful. The beauty of a relationship, she said, is not measured by the smoothness of skin or the color of hair. True beauty resides in the meeting of two souls who recognize and honor each other, who see not just what is but what could be. Love, my dear ones, is timeless. It is not bound by age or circumstance, but by the willingness of two hearts to walk together, to grow together. Her words lingered in the cool evening air, filling the space with a reverent silence. The young people sat enraptured, their hearts swelling with newfound understanding. Each word Elysia spoke felt like a precious gem, something to be carried carefully and cherished for a lifetime. As the stars began to twinkle in the darkening sky, Elysia continued to share her thoughts, her voice now tinged with a gentle urgency. In this life, she said, we must look beyond the surface, beyond the fleeting and the ephemeral. Seek a partner whose soul resonates with yours, someone who brings peace to your storms and joy to your quiet moments. This is the kind of love that lasts, the kind of love that endures even as the years pass and the world changes. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. The young listeners, now quiet with reflection, felt the profound truth of her words settle in their hearts. They realized that Elysia's wisdom was not just about love but about life itself, the importance of depth, patience, and the courage to see beyond what is obvious. When the gathering finally ended, the young people left with their hearts full and their minds awakened. They walked back to their village under the silver light of the moon, carrying with them the timeless wisdom of the elderly woman who had lived, loved, and learned what it truly meant to be human. Elysia, sitting alone beneath the ancient tree, watched them go with a serene smile. She knew that her words would echo in their hearts, guiding them long after the night had ended. And in the quiet of the evening, she whispered a silent blessing for them, for the love they would find, and for the lives they would live with the understanding she had passed on. In the tranquil embrace of a timeless village surrounded by rolling emerald hills, there lived a woman whose wisdom was said to rival the stars in the night sky. Her name was Elysia, and she was known far and wide as the heart of the village. Her modest home, nestled under the shade of an ancient tree, was a sanctuary for anyone seeking guidance. Its walls bore the marks of time, and its windows framed views of the hills where Elysia had spent countless hours reflecting on life, love, and the stories that connected them all. Elysia's eyes, soft and knowing, seemed to hold the secrets of generations. Her presence was calming, as if merely sitting in her company could untangle even the most knotted thoughts. The villagers revered her not just for her age, but for her ability to turn life's challenges into parables of hope and understanding. She carried herself with a serenity that came from years of embracing life's beauty and enduring its storms. One golden evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the world was bathed in hues of amber and lilac, a group of young people from a neighboring village approached her home. They carried with them the questions of youth, questions about love, purpose, and the mysteries of the heart. As they gathered around her, the air grew still, as if even the wind had paused to listen. Elysia greeted them with a warm smile, her voice like the soothing rustle of leaves on a summer night. "Ah, my dear ones," she said, her tone laced with affection, "you have come seeking answers, have you not?" The young people nodded, their eyes filled with anticipation. They had one question that weighed heavily on their minds, a question as old as time itself. Why do women often find themselves drawn to older men? Elysia chuckled softly, her laughter carrying the wisdom of countless lifetimes. You ask a question that reaches far beyond appearances and into the very depths of human connection, she began. Let me share with you some stories that might help you understand. She leaned back in her chair, her gaze drifting to the horizon as if searching for the perfect memory. There was once a young woman, she began, whose laughter was as bright and free as the birds that soared above these hills. She was full of life, her spirit untamed and her dreams vast. One day, she met a man whose hair had turned silver with age, and whose eyes carried the weight of many seasons. At first, their differences seemed insurmountable. But as they spoke, she discovered in him a quiet strength, a patience that made her feel seen and understood in ways she never had before. In his presence, her laughter did not fade but grew deeper, richer, as if he had given it roots. The young listeners hung on her every word, their imaginations painting vivid pictures of the couple she described. Their love, Elysia continued, was not born of fleeting passion but of a connection that transcended time. He taught her the value of stillness, of savoring life's moments rather than rushing through them. And she, in turn, reminded him that joy can be found in even the smallest things. Together, they built a life not defined by their ages but by the harmony of their hearts. Elysia's voice grew softer as she shared another tale, this one about an older man who had weathered many storms and believed his days of love were behind him. He had lived through joys and sorrows, victories and losses, and his heart bore the scars of a life well lived, she said. Then one day, he met a young woman whose courage and curiosity mirrored his own. Despite the years that separated them, they found common ground in their shared love of adventure and their mutual respect for each other's stories. She brought light into his life, and he gave her the gift of perspective, showing her the beauty in patience and reflection. Together, they proved that love is not about matching ages but about matching souls. The young people listened intently, their hearts swelling with understanding. They began to see love not as a matter of appearances or societal expectations, but as a meeting of two spirits that recognized and nurtured each other. Elysia leaned forward, her eyes twinkling with the fire of her own passion for life. Love, my dear ones, she said, is like an ancient tree. Its roots grow deep into the earth, drawing strength from the soil of shared experiences. Its trunk stands firm against the winds of change, and its branches reach for the sky, ever growing, ever evolving. Age may add rings to the tree, but it also adds strength, resilience, and beauty. She paused, letting her words settle over the group before continuing. Women are often drawn to older men not because of their age, but because of what that age represents: experience, wisdom, and a depth of understanding. An older man has often walked through life's labyrinth, learning its lessons and carrying its stories. He has faced challenges that have shaped him, losses that have humbled him, and joys that have enriched him. These qualities can make his love more steady and enduring. Her voice softened further as she added, but it is not just older men who can offer this. Even a young soul can possess the wisdom of the ages if they are open to learning from life and others. Similarly, an older man's age alone does not guarantee depth. It is his willingness to grow and evolve that makes him a truly great partner. The young men in the group exchanged glances, intrigued by her insights. One of them hesitantly asked, "How can we, as young men, learn to offer this kind of love?" Elysia's smile deepened, and she placed a hand over her heart. "Begin by listening," she said. "Not just with your ears, but with your soul. Pay attention to the unspoken fears and dreams of the person you love. Be present, be patient, and let your actions speak louder than your words. Love is not in grand gestures, but in the quiet, consistent acts of care and respect." As the night wore on and the stars scattered across the sky like diamonds on velvet, Elysia's stories and advice left an indelible mark on the hearts of her listeners. They began to see love as a journey, not a destination, a journey that required courage, humility, and an unwavering commitment to growth. Before they departed, Elysia shared one final thought. "Remember," she said, her voice as soft as the evening breeze, "that love is not about finding someone who completes you, but about finding someone who complements you. Together, you create something greater than yourselves, a bond that defies the passage of time and enriches both your lives in ways you cannot yet imagine. As the young people walked back to their village, their hearts were filled with a newfound understanding. They carried with them the lessons Elysia had imparted, lessons that would guide them in their own journeys of love and life. Elysia, now alone under the ancient tree, gazed up at the crescent moon. Her heart swelled with quiet joy, knowing that her words had planted seeds of wisdom that would grow for generations to come. And in the stillness of the night, she whispered a silent prayer of gratitude for the gift of love, which, in all its forms, remained the greatest teacher of them all. "My young friends," Elysia began, her voice carrying the weight of years yet softened with compassion, "the key to winning a woman's heart goes far beyond sweet words and grand gestures. It lies in the depth of your presence, the honesty of your intentions, and the kindness of your spirit. A heart touched by sincerity will always feel the warmth of genuine love." She leaned forward slightly, her gaze steady and filled with purpose. Too often, love is mistaken for fleeting emotions or extravagant displays of affection. But true love is found in the quiet moments, in the way you make someone feel seen, heard, and cherished. It is not in what you promise, but in what you consistently do to nurture the bond you share. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Elysia paused, allowing her words to settle before continuing. Older men, with their many years of experience, often develop a refined understanding of how to sustain and nurture a relationship. They have learned to listen, not just to words but to the silences in between. They understand the art of empathy, the ability to see the world through another's eyes without judgment. And they know the importance of being fully present, offering their unwavering support in moments of joy as well as sorrow. Her expression softened further, and her tone took on a contemplative quality. This ability to create a sanctuary of trust and support is fundamental to any lasting relationship. It is the foundation upon which love can grow and thrive. Patience, too, is a virtue often found in older men, a patience born from life's many trials and tribulations. They understand that true love is not something that happens in an instant, but something that is cultivated, day by day, with care and dedication. She looked around at the young faces before her, their eyes wide with curiosity and their hearts open to her wisdom. "But do not think that age is the sole bearer of such qualities," she continued. "You too can embody these virtues, no matter your years. Cultivate empathy. Practice patience. Learn to listen not only to others but to your own heart." Elysia's voice grew more encouraging as she shifted to advice meant to empower the young people as individuals. "Cultivate your own interests, your own passions and ambitions," she advised. "A life well lived makes you an interesting and inspiring partner. When you bring your whole self to a relationship, you show not only independence but also a capacity to enrich the life of another." She paused again, her expression becoming even more serene, as though she were distilling the essence of her teachings into a single thought. "But most importantly," she said, her voice firm yet tender, "the secret to winning a woman's heart lies in authenticity. Be true to yourself, for only when you are genuine can you create a love that is real and enduring. A love built on pretense is like a house of sand. It will not withstand the tides of time." The young listeners sat in rapt silence, the weight of her words sinking deeply into their minds and hearts. They recognized that her wisdom was not merely advice but a way of life, a guide to becoming the kind of person who could offer and receive love in its truest form. To them, her teachings were a map, not just to the hearts of women, but to a fulfilling and meaningful existence. Elysia smiled, her gaze sweeping over their faces. She could see the determination shining in their eyes, a determination to carry her lessons forward, not only in their own lives but also as a legacy for future generations. The thought filled her with quiet joy. She knew that her words would ripple outward, touching lives in ways she might never witness but would always hold in her heart. As the young people began to rise and thank her for her wisdom, she offered them one final piece of advice. "Remember, love is not about perfection. It is about connection. It is not about finding someone who completes you, but about finding someone who complements you. Together, you can create something greater than yourselves, a bond that will stand the test of time. The group departed, their hearts full and their minds alive with newfound understanding. They carried with them not just advice but a profound sense of purpose, inspired by the timeless truths Elysia had shared. And now, for you who have traveled this journey through Elysia's wisdom, I invite you to reflect on her teachings. If her words have touched your heart or sparked new insights, share your thoughts in the comments below. Let us keep the spirit of her lessons alive by spreading them to others. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and leave a like. This way, YouTube will recommend more videos like this, filled with wisdom and inspiration, to brighten your days. Together, let us continue the journey of growth, love, and understanding. As we wrap up this journey through Elysia's stories, let's pause and reflect. What have you learned from her wisdom? Is there one piece of advice that stood out to you, something you'll bring into your own life or relationships? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Share the one lesson you'll take to heart in the comments below. Your reflections could inspire someone else to see love, life, or themselves in a new light. If you found value in this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. By doing so, you'll ensure you never miss more stories and wisdom that illuminate the path to a richer, more meaningful life. Together, let's continue this journey of growth, understanding, and connection.